Welcome to this edition of the El Segundo City Council Recap. I'm your host, Catherine Chen. Let's take a look at the items presented to the El Segundo City Council at their September 20th, 2022 meeting. Police Chief Jaime Bermudez updated City Council on ESPD's recruiting efforts to fill their staff to the authorized capacity of 62 officers. ESPD currently has 60 officers and anticipates 15 officers will be retiring at the end of next year. Interested candidates can apply online at elsegundopd.org and click on Join ESPD. Chief Bermudez also updated City Council on an incident that occurred in May of this year where a suspect evaded officers. ESPD detectives were able to identify and apprehend the suspect, 23-year-old Jonathan Medina of Linwood, who is currently in custody. ESPD will present the case to the DA's office on multiple charges. City Manager Darrell George gave an update on the city's efforts to address the ongoing odors and noxious gases coming from the City of Los Angeles' Hyperion Water Reclamation Plant. Last week, City Council declared a state of local emergency and passed a resolution to initiate a lawsuit against the City of Los Angeles. Since then, city staff has developed a comprehensive communication strategy regarding Hyperion, and both El Segundo and Los Angeles city attorneys have met to discuss the lawsuit. The city manager will continue to provide a Hyperion update at all city council meetings. For the latest information, please visit elsegundo.org/Hyperion. City Council approved the consent calendar and Public Works Director Elias Sassoon presented the El Segundo Boulevard Improvement Project. The $7 million project will include rehabilitation of the existing pavement on El Segundo Boulevard between Illinois Street and Isis Avenue, installation of curb ramps, bike lanes, new traffic signal poles, and improved landscaping. The project is expected to begin in the spring of 2023 and will take almost 1 year to complete. City Council adopted 2 resolutions presented by City Treasurer Matt Robinson. The first amends the current investment policy to allow more clarity and flexibility to manage the city's investment funds. The second authorizes designated city officers to deposit and withdraw money from the local agency investment fund. During staff presentations, Public Works Director Elias Sassoon and Senior Engineer and Vice President of KOA Corporation, Giuseppe Canzanieri, presented Council with 3 conceptual designs for the Smoky Hollow Pilot Parking Project. The goal of the project is to increase street parking in the Smoky Hollow district of El Segundo. While there was some debate about the location and benefit of this pilot project, City Council approved spending $135,000 on converting Nevada, Oregon, and California streets between El Segundo Boulevard and Grand Avenue to one-way streets with angled parking. Paul Lagny, chair of the El Segundo Senior Citizens Housing Corporation Board, presented City Council with 3 updated resolutions from the August 9th meeting that allows the board authority to manage the Park Vista Senior Housing Facility. The resolutions grant the board authority to increase parking rates by 2% per year and continue to raise rates for current residents by up to 2%, while increasing the rental rate for new tenants to 65% of market rate effective January 1, 2023. El Segundo Senior Citizens Housing Corporation Board also requested that Council formally dedicate 504 funds solely to Park Vista. Chief Financial Officer Joe Lilio countered that the 504 fund should remain dedicated to senior housing rather than Park Vista specifically in order to give Council the flexibility to use the funds deemed necessary in the future. After discussion, Council adopted the parking and rental increases but did not vote on the 504 fund request. Public Works Director Elias Sassoon, along with Chuck Foley of Hirsch & Associates, presented Council with an updated design and budget for the Main Street Imperial Highway Monument sign. After expressing concerns over the price of the project and preferences regarding the design, in a 3-2 vote, Council approved moving forward with the old-time postcard design. Recreation, Parks, and Library Director Ali Mancini recommended the approval of a 1-year extension of the joint use agreement between the City of El Segundo and the El Segundo Unified School District for public recreation facilities and studio and equipment. Council unanimously passed the 1-year extension to allow time for a more in-depth analysis of the joint use agreements to be presented to Council next year. Council members discussed the request from the school district to use the city's tennis courts as the school district is removing their tennis courts. At previous meetings, the school district mentioned a priority usage agreement between the school district and the city, but no written agreement has been found. Council asked the Recreation, Parks, and Library Director to determine a plan that accommodates the high school tennis team, residents, and community members who use the tennis courts as much as possible. Finally, Mayor Boyles offered condolences on behalf of City Council to Councilmember Scott Nickel and his family, whose father passed away on September 6th at the age of 67. To watch the complete City Council meeting for September 20th, 2022, and learn more about the agenda items covered, visit elsegundo.org or watch the meeting on Channel 3. The next City Council meeting will be on Tuesday, October 4th.